Folks, just finished watching Mandalorian and Grogu. Went to the theaters this past weekend. And I'm gonna say, not that bad. Better than anything the sequel trilogy did. It felt like a Star Wars Legends role playing game turned into a movie. That's why I liked it. They're the monsters, the aliens, creature design, the setting. Um, just a fun space adventure. I enjoyed Mando and Grogu. I just think it was a terrible movie to relaunch Star Wars into theaters. And I think it would have been a great TV special for like Disney Plus. But honestly, this is not the movie Star Wars Disney needed when they put it out. They needed something more big, something more world building, something more true to saga, something that would have reinvigorated the fan base, something that was truly critical to the Star Wars story they're trying to tell. Honestly, it feels like they're just running the endless D&D game without an objective mission and storyline that they're working with. Disney's been all over the place with their world building, and we all know how it ends. And I'm really disappointed with it for that. I enjoy the Mando. I enjoy Ahsoka. I It feels so incongruent. It feels like there's no end game. There's no monomyth. It's just endless throwing darts at the window, hoping to see what hits. But what I liked most about Mando and Grogu was the New Republic actually did shit. We got some good world building with the Hutts, the Imperial warlords. The New Republic actually does shit. And what I'm interested is a lot of people are seeing this as a negative. I see it's a positive. Dave Filoni's gonna be reportedly making two Star Wars TV shows a year along with a movie, all set in the New Republic era. And someone who loves the New Republic era from Legends, I'm stoked. And Dave Filoni directing it, so I'm happy about that. If they do it right and don't make the same mistakes they made for the last 10 years. But who knows? Maybe Disney will stop being an evil corporate whore of an industry and they'll actually produce true mythology, true storytelling, true adventure, true fun, true escapism. Who am I kidding? This is the company that controls everything and has the soul of Daedric Whore from the pits of Slaanesh. That's my take on Disney. They're a whore of money. But yeah, Star Wars Disney is just yeah. There's some really good shows, but there's no coherence. There's gonna be the Heir of the Empire trilogy. There's gonna be the Heir of the Empire special. There's gonna be continuation from the Mando into the New Republic era. I'm looking forward to it. What Disney really needs right now is a new mainstay animated series that lasts at least 5 seasons. And a theory I heard is, what if they did a series based on Luke Skywalker and his training Ben and the new generation of Jedi Padawans, going on adventures, fighting Sith cults, fighting Imperial Remnant, searching the galaxy for artifacts and ruins, holocrons, and rebuilding the Jedi Order, training this next generation of Jedi. It gave me vibes from the new Jedi Order books and Jedi Academy books from when I was a kid. I would love to see that in a TV show. And you could have like a TV show revolving around exploring the Force, fighting the dark side, fighting the reborn Sith, Palpatine rebuilding the Empire in the unknown regions. All these like subplots and adventures that could go on. The politics in the New Republic and the Imperial Cold War. These could be great. I would really enjoy them. And maybe Dave Filoni delivers on that. But Disney has been so inept in everything it has to do with managing their timeline and their mythology for cheap corporate boardroom bullcrap that doesn't make an ounce of sense. I don't know. And when it comes to Mando and Grogu, once again, it's a great TV special. It's a great Disney Plus special. I love it. It was a fun space adventure. Mando and Grogu fighting the Empire, fighting the Hutts, traveling the galaxy, being bounty hunters for the New Republic. And the New Republic actually did shit this time around, which going forward, I want to see the New Republic actually fleshed out more and be somewhat close to what they were in Legends. At least a semi-functioning, somewhat good space democracy. I want to see more New Republic Rangers. I want to see more. And I'm kind of glad they got Gina Carano back in employed. I want to see Rangers in the Republic. I want to see Commandos. I want to see New Republic Commandos. I want to see Special Forces stuff. I want to see more stories set in the New Republic era that redeems the abomination that was the sequel trilogy. Or maybe, hey, Dave Filoni makes Star Wars into a multiverse. You can do that with the world between worlds you established in your own canon. Make it Star Wars into a multiverse. All I'm saying, just keep making Legends content, but also keep making the timeline of the Ahsoka and Mandoverse because that stuff's working out fairly well. And bring back the Jedi. For God's sakes, imagine how great a freaking New Jedi Order TV series would be. Luke going across the galaxy, exploring remnants of the Sith, training a new generation of students, battling with what Jedi orthodoxy is worth keeping, which is worth getting rid of, reforming the Order, rebuilding it. I want to see that, and not the Rey crap. Luke is the Jedi who is meant to rebuild the Jedi Order, not Rey. Fuck Rey. No issues with Daisy Ridley. She's fine. It's her fucking role she was forced to play that I really freaking hate, and the writers. But no, we need more. We need to capture the new Jedi Order from the books, from Legends, from comics, in the video games like Jedi Academy. Because the Jedi were just like they were space heroes. They were space heroes who traveled the galaxy, worked for the New Republic, saving the galaxy, going on adventures, taking on missions for the New Republic, slaughtering stormtroopers, fighting Dark Jedi, and exploring the cosmos. And we, through the eyes of the Jedi in Legends, especially Luke's Order, we see a lot of diversity of opinion. We see a lot of evolution of understanding of the Force, challenging millennia-long dogma. And we kind of see elements of that in Last Jedi, where Luke found remnants of the original Jedi text, which Luke did in Legends extremely well. Maybe to find more like world building like that. Luke finding the original Jedi text, trying to reform the Order to its oldest practices and doctrine and way of doing things before the corruption of the High Republic. And I'd like to see that because I think the Jedi did go downhill in both canons after the whole Sith Wars. I think the orthodoxy of the Jedi Order around the time of Clone Wars is what caused Anakin to fall. Anakin to fall. It's what caused Revan to fall. I think we need to capture that Jedi reformer aspect. And we've seen Jedi in general. The Star Wars Disney saga has been so divorced from the Jedi mythos. So divorced from it. Legends did a better job capturing the Jedi mythos in comic books and games like Jedi Outcast than the Disney abomination that is the sequel trilogy ever will be capable of understanding. Disney abandoned the Jedi mythology. They really did. They abandoned the whole point of being a Jedi, the conflict, the soul searching, the adventure, the hero's journey that every Jedi goes through, male or female, woman or man. We need to get back to the Jedi mythos if we want Star Wars to thrive again. Not this socialist politic and or bullshit. Not this acolyte SJW bullcrap. We need to get back to true Jedi storytelling. Master and apprentice, going on adventures, facing the temptations of the dark side, overcoming it. And we get that with the Jedi Outcast. We get that with the Jedi Fallen Order games. I'm not denying that. I love the Jedi Fallen Order games. I'm streaming it right now as I'm doing this video. I love the Jedi games from Star Wars Disney. Those are good. That's good. Why can't that be in the movies or the TV shows? And you'll say, oh, what about Mall Shadowhunter or Rebels? Yeah, and that's the only good thing about Disney's Kathleen Kennedy's 10 years ahead of Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni was the only guy keeping Star Wars alive and making actual good Star Wars content. And now that he's back in charge, maybe we can see that come to fruition in future projects. I'm looking forward to that shit. Fuck Rey. Fuck the sequel trilogy. Fuck Andor. It has nothing to do with the Star Wars mythos. Lucas was about the spiritual nature of politics, not the analytical class politics of fucking whatever the fuck Andor is meant to be. And just bring back exploration. And that's what something else the Jedi Knight games do well. The Jedi Fallen Order games do well. You explore the galaxy. You explore the galaxy, ancient ruins, ancient civilizations, ancient Sith and Jedi artifacts, and exploring the universe, fighting hordes of stormtroopers, Dark Jedi, the hero's journey, Cal Kestis. I want more of that in an animated series. Hopefully, with Luke rebuilding the Jedi Order and do some retcons where Luke was married to a character like Marjade or a villain for Marjade. And that could be part of why he was so lonely in the sequel trilogy. You could retcon so much shit and make it work. That's just my hot take. Yeah, so I'm not too much of a fan of the sequel trilogy, but Mandalorian Grogu is a fun movie. It's a fun space adventure, which is the same reason why I love Phantom Menace. It's a fun space adventure, world building, video game vibes, and I just love it. It's a space Star Wars adventure for the entire family. And you know what? That's fine in and of itself, but it should not be what they use as a return to theaters movie. It should have been something significant and attached to an ongoing story or related to the Skywalker saga in some shape or form that enhanced the films. Even Rogue One was that to an extent. And Rogue One is my favorite Disney Star Wars movie. Rogue One was Star Wars Disney film at its best. I didn't even mind Solo all that much. Solo was good too. I just fucking hate the sequel trilogy more than anything. I think when it comes to Star Wars, what we can see looking forward going in the future is Thrawn, an Heir of the Empire film, more Mandoverse TV series. I mean, this is going to end up like Marvel pretty soon. But you know what? I'll still watch it because Star Wars Legends doesn't come back anytime soon. So I might as well enjoy it. I don't know. Star Wars Disney has just become. My hot take is Star Wars was better before Disney bought it. It was more loved and respected as an IP, as a universe, and as a intellectual property and a franchise before Lucas sold his soul to Disney. But I don't even blame Lucas all that much, really. I don't blame Lucas. He was tormented. This is his middle finger to all the people who gave him shit for the prequels. I love the prequels. The prequels are better than the sequels. The prequels actually did something unique and tried telling an original story. You know what? They succeeded. They did. And I think Dave Filoni is the right person to be leading this new initiative in the Star Wars content creation. He knew Lucas. He was sort of Lucas's heir apparent before the sellout. And the guy knows Legends. I think he'll do a good job with the intellectual property. I think he's gonna unite the fan base, hopefully. And you know what? Will it become oversaturated? Yeah, but is it a possibility it'll be a decent oversaturation? Like, it'll actually be enjoyable and not an abomination like the sequel trilogy or Andor? Yeah, probably. I hope so. And before people start getting my case, oh, you just hate Andor because you're a conservative. I'm not conservative. Fuck y'all. Andor was a destruction of the Star Wars mythos. It was a reduction of the deep mythology and spirituality that people fell in love with the Star Wars to begin with, and it was turned into a fucking political preaching fest. And if it was a show besides Star Wars, I'd be, meh, okay, whatever. I'm more insulted that this was people are referring to this as part of the Star Wars franchise. There was a essay scene in a Star Wars show on Disney Plus. Let that tell you everything of why I hate Andor. Star Wars should be about storytelling and enjoyment and childhood wonder, but also deep spiritual reflection for how we live our own hero's journey. It should not be a political edgelord film meant to make people extreme and make people more divided than they already are. That's my take on Star Wars Disney. That's my take on Andor. It is sacrificing. It is not Star Wars. It is a political document. If it was an independent show, yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it. Okay, I wouldn't like love it, but be like, there's some good action scenes in here, and I love the depiction of space fascism. I like how real this is getting. What I'm really insulted by is the fact that they once again did an essay scene in a Star Wars show on Disney Plus, and they're destroying the mythology of Star Wars and turning into modern day echo chamber politics. Star Wars should be used to unite people and make us hope for the future, not make us more divided than we already are. That's my take on Andor. So my basic issue starts Disney is just throwing everything at the dartboard, hoping something sticks. And that's been my issue with Disney for a while. There's some solid storytelling and lore they're building with like Thrawn's return, the Galactic Civil War Part 2, a lot of Jedi lore, Ahsoka lore, a lot of Jedi Sith conflict. There's a lot of good things that remind me of Legends that bring back into canon with the Thrawn trilogy they're creating. And honestly, that's probably where my headcanon will end. Unless they make a really, really good New Republic, New Jedi Order TV show that puts everything in perspective. That's what I'm banking on right now. I'm stoked Dave Filoni is doing this. A lot of people are saying this is going to fail in some massive corporate buyout. Me as a New Republic fan, me as a fan of Star Wars Legends, me as a fan of the Clone Wars and Dave Filoni, I'm kind of psyched for what he could do as creative director of the New Republic era on Disney Plus. He could tell a lot of good stories, bring a lot of things back in canon. He can bring us a lot of things like Rangers in the New Republic or Rogue Squadron or more Ahsoka. I think he could do a really good job. The Mandoverse expanding, New Republic era. I'm stoked. That I'm actually excited about. I guess things I'm not kind of like too happy about right now are. I guess things I want to say about Star Wars Disney before I hang up. It's just another brand at this point. And that's my biggest issue with Star Wars. It's just another brand. It's no longer the religion that we all fell in love with as kids. It's another serial sci-fi TV series. They've they've capitalism destroyed one of my favorite franchises. Woke capitalism destroyed one of my favorite franchises. And I'm hoping Dave Filoni can spit that out and make Star Wars stars again. That's where I'm at. There's still plenty of Star Wars projects that give me hope. What I would like to see in my ideal future: Legends, Star Wars Multiverse, Legends coming back, and Star Wars: The Old Republic being made canon in some shape or form. The KOTOR remakes give me hope. Things like the dedication of the Star Wars: The Old Republic role-playing community, and how that keeps on building, keeping alive the Star Wars Legends fanbase, SWOTR. Who knows? Maybe SWOTR goes for a renaissance one of these days and gets popularity and they make it big. Who knows? Maybe Disney realizes how much money they can make out of SWOTR if they really invested in the Star Wars: The Old Republic KOTOR games. Or just doing remakes of older Star Wars Legends games like Force Unleashed or Republic Commando. Reboots or what's the word? What are they called? Not reboots, but remakes. You know what? Who knows? Who knows? I'm optimistic slightly. Dave only gives me a little bit of hope. But what truly gives me hope is that Star Wars inspired so many of us, and that mythology lives on to this day, and Legends is definitely a part of that. Well, till next time, folks, may the Force be with you. Fuck Disney. Fuck Disney again. Fuck Disney so hard it screams out in the middle of the night, and you nut. Take care, folks, and fuck Disney. May the Force be with you as we make these dark times. Peace.